everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys some tips on how to grow your hair long and healthy. First off, I wanted to say everybody's hair is different. People have different hair types, different products will work for their hair. So the fun about hair is that you get to experiment a whole bunch. I'm going to be sharing what I do to help my hair get long and healthy, and some tips that should help your hair get long and healthy. So let's just jump right into the video. First off, I wanted to say protective hairstyles are really important if you're trying to grow out your hair, because you can't get long hair if your hair just keeps getting damaged. I wear my hair in a braid every night, that's why my hair is so wavy. So just wearing your hair in a braid to bed will keep it from rubbing on things and breaking during the night. You can also get like a silk bonnet or a silk pillowcase, and it's just really smooth, so it'll keep your hair from breaking if you don't want to keep your hair in a braid. You can use scrunchies when you do the hairstyles. It's better than using regular hair ties because they're a lot softer on your hair and keep it from breaking. And also avoid doing like high ponytails. They can just like pull your hair back, especially if you have long hair. Then definitely don't do high ponytails because it will just pull your hair back. It actually really hurts when I do high ponytails. It'll just like pull that hair back, and it's just not good to do high ponytails. They're unhealthy for your hair. And it also make your hair break like right where the ponytail is. So if you're using a scrunchie, you can do like low ponytails with scrunchies, and it'll just make your hair not break so much. Also, just protective hairstyles during the day. I have a whole video of like 4 different protective hairstyles that you can check out. I will put the name in the description box so that you can check it out. So please look down there and check that out. So protective hairstyles are just really good. It keeps your hair from breaking. The next thing, I'm sure you've heard this before, but don't use heat on your hair. This kind of goes with the protective hairstyles, because if you're using heat and you're curling your hair or straightening your hair every day, you should try like doing protective hairstyles instead. That's just something you can do with your hair and still make it look good without using heat. So heat is really damaging to your hair. It can just burn your hair and cause split ends and just breakage and stuff. So you don't want to use heat, it's very bad. Also, there's the inversion method. If you're not familiar with that, it's just pretty much where you turn your head upside down and then you like massage your scalp, because massaging your scalp will stimulate blood flow to your scalp and it will help your hair grow faster and healthier. So if you are working on growing your hair longer and healthier, then the inversion method is great. You should do it like 5 minutes every day, and it'll just stimulate blood flow to your scalp and help your hair grow longer and healthier. How often should you trim your hair? There's this huge myth floating around the internet that says you should trim your hair every 6 to 8 weeks. That is very false if you're trying to grow out your hair. If you're not trying to grow out your hair and you're trying to maintain healthy hair about like this length, if you're like at this length then and you want to keep it that way and you want it healthy, then yes, you can trim your hair every 6 to 8 weeks. But if you're trying to grow your hair, trimming your hair every 6 to 8 weeks will not help you. You'll want to trim your hair about every 5 to 6 months. That's how often I do it. And if you're taking care of your hair and putting in protective hairstyles, not using heat, it should keep your hair from getting so damaged at the ends, so you don't have to trim it so often. If you have damaged ends, then yes, trim off the damaged part so your hair can keep growing. Because if you do not trim off the damaged part, then it'll just break off and you will not see any length to your hair, and it'll just keep getting more damage further up. So if you're trimming off like an inch every 6 weeks, then you're growing about an inch every 6 weeks, so you're maintaining the same length. But if you want to grow your hair longer, you'll want to trim your hair about every 5 to 6 months. If your hair is healthy, that should work, and then you should be gaining a good amount of length. The next thing is, how often should you wash your hair? If you're washing your hair every single day, that is very bad. If you wash your hair every day, it will actually make your hair create more and more oils, because your hair will see that it's dry, so it just wants to keep producing oils. But if you wash your hair 2 times a week, then it will like get into the routine of only washing it twice a week, and then it will keep your hair from getting so oily, even though you're not washing it so often. So you should wash your hair about 1 to 2 times a week. That's how often I do it. I usually wash my hair every 6 days. and my hair does not get super oily. Like by the 6 days it is looking a little bit oily, but after like 4 days it's usually not oily at all. If you're washing your hair every day, then try washing your hair like every other day or every 2 days until you get into a good rhythm of washing it about twice a week. The next thing is, what shampoos and conditioners should you use to wash your hair? In most shampoos and conditioners that you would buy from the store, there are actually damaging chemicals like sulfate and silicone and alcohols that can actually damage your hair. So what shampoo should you use on your hair? So for me, what I use is I actually make my own shampoo and conditioner. I have a video for that. I will put the name in the description box so then you can go to my channel and check that out. So I just use homemade shampoo, and then I do an apple cider vinegar hair rinse, and that has worked for me so far. And then also a good type of shampoo is Kalia. I've seen lots of like YouTubers use that type, and it does not have any harsh chemicals in it. So if you don't want to make your own shampoo, then you can use that type. You can also just research shampoos, see what ingredients are in them before you buy them, and make sure you get ingredients that are helpful to your hair, not harmful. So also make sure you're using the right brush. So the brush that I use is this wooden brush. It's not like a super expensive one. This one was probably about $10 off Amazon. Now what wooden brushes are good for is it goes super smoothly through your hair. Also, when you do it at the top, it gives yourself like a miniature head massage because of all the little wooden bristles on it. So it feels really good when you're brushing it. And also it can soak up the oils on your scalp and then like distribute them through all your hair, so it coats your hair in good natural oils, and it also keeps your hair from looking so oily because it is distributing those oils throughout your whole hair instead of like just keeping them on top. Now you don't want to use a brush with these little like balls on top of it because your hair can actually get stuck on them and it can rip them out. So this is actually like probably the best brush besides a wooden brush because it's a wet brush. It's just like super flexible, so it just brushes through your hair really nicely. And these little balls on top are pretty small, so this is fine, but if you have one with like the big plastic balls on top, then that's pretty bad because it will just rip out your hair. So you'll want to either use a wet brush. This is called a wet brush. It's just like really soft and gentle for your hair, or a wooden brush. So you can use hair masks to help your hair get more healthy and just hydrate your hair and stuff like that. There are so many different hair masks for different things. So if your hair is dry, there's hair masks to hydrate your hair. If your hair is oily, there's hair masks that can make your hair less oily. And hair masks are just so good for your hair. I love using making DIY hair masks. I have like 2 videos I think for those, and I'm hoping to make more soon. So you can check them out on my channel. Hair masks are just really hydrating for your hair and helps your hair grow more healthy, which will make your hair grow longer and faster if your hair is healthy. You'll want to use hair masks maybe like once a week or once every 2 weeks. Definitely try out some hair masks. You can do DIY ones or you can buy ones from the store. Also, oils are good for your hair. This is this just oil thing that I made. It's just like 3 tablespoons of olive oil and some essential oils, like 10 drops of different essential oils. I think I used lavender and rosemary and peppermint. Peppermint essential oils is really good for hair growth because it stimulates blood flow, and lavender and rosemary are really good for your hair too. So you can just like make this oil, or you can buy like hair serums that you just put in the ends of your hair. Every time my hair is feeling dry at all, then I'll just like rub them through the ends of my hair, and it'll keep my hair hydrated and protected from like cold weather or even from heat. So it'll just keep your hair hydrated. And if you put your hair in a braid, you can like put it on the outside of your braid just to make your hair nice and hydrated. So you'll want to put oils in your hair because it keeps your hair from getting dry and breaking. So just try out making this oil. It's just really good for your hair. It's hydrating and it'll help your hair not be so dry and break. So that can really help you grow out your hair. The next thing is swimming. If you're swimming like every day during the summer, that can be very damaging to your hair. So the best thing to do is just avoid as much chlorine as you can, but that's really hard to do while you're swimming. So What I like to do before I get in the pool is just take some conditioner and rub it through my hair, just through the ends mostly, so then it does not absorb so much chlorine water when I go into the pool. And I'll get my hair wet with water from the hose or from the sink that just does not contain chlorine, so then I'll put that in my hair and it'll make it not absorb so much chlorine water, which will keep it from turning green, especially if you have blonde hair. Like, my hair used to turn so green during the summer because I'd swim like every single day and I just not do anything to my hair, so it would just turn like completely green. One time somebody actually thought it was dyed green, and yeah, it was really bad. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Also, if you have any video ideas that you would like me to try, like any DIY hair products or anything, then please comment down below and I will try to make a video about that. So just thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video.